All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. All right, now on this lesson, Lord willing, it's a quick lesson. And basically, it's off this video. And basically the point is haven't the men of the Lord been saying this? These same men that you see on the highways and byways, the apostles and elders, a great millstone on down, prophesying the 100% truth, which is found in the scriptures, man. All right. They've been saying that this devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is going to come down with great wrath upon the people. And really focusing on who? The tribes of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, man. Okay? They've been saying that they're going to usher in this digital system, this cashless society, where purchases, payments, buying and selling are going to be done digitally, cashlessly, through a micro C-hip that they're going to want inside every man, woman, and child, man. All right? The men of the Lord been going into these things, man. All right? The martial law troops, the detention centers or concentration camps, all right? These things have been being said for years, man. Okay, and now we're seeing these things. Basically, we're seeing it in front of us, man. All right, we seeing Esau setting the stage for the great persecution in the time of Jacob's trouble, the detention centers, the micro C-hip, the ushering in of the digital monetary system. We're seeing it right before our eyes, man. Okay. So let me play this clip. I got like 2 precepts. Like I said, it's short. So Lord willing, this lesson is edifying.
It's alligator Auschwitz. That's what that is. Follow the money. You might find human experiments down in Florida, y'all, if y'all follow the money. If your alligator Alcatraz Auschwitz costs $450 million for some bunk beds and some chain link fences on a slab of concrete, then you up to some suspicious shit. Human brain neuroscience, Palantir, and their healthcare data contracts for $443 million with the CDC. Let's play the game of Jeopardy. Here's your categories and clues. Who owns Neuralink, and why does the University of Miami tour with human brain implant technology trials? At the same time, we're collecting migrants off the streets and housing them in this concentration camp down in Florida.
And he spoke about Palantir going into that, if I'm not mistaken, that AI surveillance, AI database company, which who owns Palantir? Peter Thiel. And then he went into Neuralink. All right, who's behind Neuralink? Elon Musk. And if you know about the PayPal mafia, Peter Thiel and Elon Musk are the founders of PayPal, man. All right. And we understand that all this stuff you see Trump and Elon Musk is all a psyop. It's all acting. All right, all these people, they're all in on it, man. All these Edomites, man. They're all in on it, man. And their main focus are the tribes. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, man. And the scriptures go into this. And the men of the Lord, like I said, the apostles and elders, a great millstone on down, have been prophesying of these things for years, man. For years, man. The micro C-hip, okay? All right? How they want to put these things inside the people, man. The transhumanism, the half man and half machine. And this is going to be the new way of buying and selling, purchasing payments, man, through a C-hip that they're going to want inside you, man. All right. In your hands, in your head, the brain C-hip. Okay. And now the detention centers. Okay. So let's get the scriptures. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, and the devil is speaking of Esau, the so-called white man. All right, shall cast some of you into prison. That's those detention centers. That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Being tried, basically going into being tested. Because, all right, all this stuff with immigration and the so-called domestic terrorism, and because Trump had tapped Palantir to create a database of Americans. And what you think they're gonna use that for, man? All right. It basically Esau gonna weed out his enemies, man. Those that he deem are enemies to his NWO, his Great Reset, his system. Okay. We're coming into the times where the men of the Lord are gonna be considered so-called terrorists, man. You know, and really they already been calling them that, but it's gonna be like a broad thing, man. You know, because we openly speak against Babylon the Great, against the 1948ers, against Esau and against his system. You know, prophesying of these things to come, and we telling these devils their judgment, and we're speaking about the return of Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Okay, and you got Trump saying how their next thing is to go after naturalized citizens and revoke their citizenship. Well, brothers fall under that category, man. Brother that's prophesying of the destruction of America, Babylon the Great. Brother that's prophesying against those 1948ers, those JOOs, man. You know? So we're in those times. But the scriptures tell us what? To fear not, man. To fear none, man. You know, because we understand brothers is going to be taken to these detention centers. But the scriptures is telling us what to do. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. All right, being tried, basically going into being tested, man. And see, we're coming into the hour of temptation, man. The hour of testing, okay? Which is when what? The MOTB is implemented, man. They get rid of this cash-based monetary system and they usher in a digital monetary system. And this, let's get it. All right, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he is the devil, Esau, okay, causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive an M-A-R-K. And when you go into that word M-A-R-K in the Greek word is charagma, which go into a scratching, etching thing, carved, sculpture, graven, basically to cut, okay? Because they're going to have to cut into your flesh so you can receive this sihip. And when you go deeper, it goes back to karax, which go into pale stake or palisade, which is basically a sharp-pointed instrument, because they're going to have to use a sharp-pointed instrument to make that cutting into the flesh so you can receive this sihip, man. It says, to receive M-A-R-K in their right hand or in their foreheads, man, in your members, man, in your body, okay? And you look at Sweden, you know how they have a whole bunch of people with the C-hip inside their hands. You know, you got Elon Musk, you know, with the Neuralink, the brain C-hip. That's the forehead, man, the head, man. You know, these are the times that we're coming into. But it says what? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the M-A-R-K or the name of the beast or the number of his name. The times that we're coming into, you will not be able to purchase. You will not be able to buy and sell. You will not be able to make payments without receiving this C-hip, because they're going to usher in a cashless society, a digital monetary system. And this is how purchases are going to be made through a C-hip that they're going to want inside every man, woman, and child, man. And according to the scriptures, we are not to receive this thing even unto death, man. All right. We are not, us being the people of the Lord, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, believers in Yahweh Shai, we are not to receive this thing even unto death. All right, even unto death, we are not to receive this. Okay, so let's go from here. Let's go to Revelation chapter 20. To back up what's being said. Okay, Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. It says, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded, okay, basically put to death, for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his M-A-R-K upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with a Mashiach 1,000 years, man. You see, because we understand that the scriptures say what? The dead in a Mashiach shall rise first. All right. The scriptures say the dead shall be raised incorruptible, man. Those that died in the Lord, they going to come back. They going to be here with the Lord, man. They going to be brought back incorruptible. immortal with the Lord, and they're gonna rule. So even if we live or die in Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, we still win, man. You know? So going back to Revelation chapter 2, let's read it again. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. Just like we was reading in Revelation chapter 20. All right? And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years, man. All right? Going into that first 1,000 years, man, of the kingdom. You know? And that's really the point. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close it out. Give infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the whole full elect. Shalom.